My name is Arman, and if someone had told me a year ago that my wife, Sana, would betray me in the worst possible way, I would have laughed. We had been together for 12 years, married for 8, and I thought our relationship was unshakable. I built a successful business, worked long hours, and gave Sana the life she always dreamed of: vacations, a beautiful house, and financial security. But behind the smiles and affectionate words, Sana was living a double life. And the way I discovered it changed me forever. It all started one Friday evening when I came home earlier than usual. I had planned to surprise Sana with dinner reservations, but instead, I walked into a silent house. I assumed she was upstairs, but as I stepped closer to our bedroom, I heard muffled voices coming from the garage. I paused, curious, and moved quietly toward the sound. There, through the small opening of the door, I heard Sana talking on the phone. At first, I thought it was harmless, until I heard her whisper, "Yes. Once he leaves for the conference, we'll take everything. He keeps all the business cash in the safe. You'll grab it, and we'll disappear before he even knows." I froze, my heart pounding in my ears. She wasn't just cheating. She was plotting to rob me with her affair partner. I stood there, listening carefully as she discussed details with someone named Bilal. From what I gathered, Bilal wasn't just her lover. He was the mastermind behind the plan. They wanted to empty my business accounts, sell some of my assets, and run away together. I quietly stepped back, forcing myself to stay calm. Confronting her immediately would ruin my chance to expose everything. I needed proof, and more importantly, I needed a plan. That night, I pretended everything was normal. I kissed her goodnight, cooked dinner like usual, and acted as though nothing had changed. Inside, though, I was burning. My wife, the woman I loved and trusted, was plotting to ruin me financially and emotionally. The next morning, I called my lawyer and explained everything.
He connected me to a private investigator, Kamran, who specialized in financial fraud and hidden affairs. Within a week, Kamran uncovered everything: photos of Sana and Bilal together, recordings of their conversations, and even emails discussing
how they would split my money after disappearing. I had them exactly where I wanted, but I didn't want just a divorce. I wanted justice. So I reached out to a trusted friend in the local police department and told him everything. Together, we set up a sting operation. Here's how it worked. I let Sana believe I was leaving town for a business conference. I even packed a suitcase and left early in the morning. But instead of going out of town, I rented a nearby Airbnb, where I coordinated everything with Kamran and the police. Hidden cameras were installed in the house, specifically near the safe in my office. Microphones were placed in the garage and living room to capture every word. 3 days later, it happened. Bilal showed up at my house late at night. Sana opened the door, kissed him, and led him straight to my office. They started working on the safe, completely unaware they were being recorded from multiple angles. While Bilal tried cracking the code, Sana whispered excitedly about the new life they'd start together once they stole everything. As soon as Bilal opened the safe, pulling out stacks of cash, the front door burst open. 4 police officers stormed in, weapons drawn. Sana screamed. Bilal tried to run, but he was tackled instantly. I stepped out from behind the officers, arms folded, watching the chaos unfold. Sana's eyes locked on mine, her face pale, trembling. "Arman, I can explain," she stuttered. I didn't say a word. I just watched as the officers handcuffed them both. At the station, Bilal immediately confessed everything, trying to shift most of the blame onto Sana. But the recorded evidence was ironclad. Every whisper, every email, every stolen kiss, all tied them together in a perfect web of betrayal and crime. Sana begged me to drop the charges, crying that she had been manipulated and pressured by Bilal. But I didn't budge. My lawyer pushed for maximum penalties: conspiracy to commit theft, breaking and entering, and attempted fraud. In court, the judge was furious. Both of them were sentenced to 3 years in prison. I filed for divorce immediately, and because of the criminal charges and infidelity evidence, I got everything: The house, the business, and full control of our joint accounts. Sana walked away with nothing. It's been 9 months since the verdict, and I've rebuilt my life. I focused on my business, hired better people, and tightened security on everything I own. But the part that stays with me isn't just the cheating or the theft attempt. It's the coldness of it all. Sana didn't just betray my love, she plotted my downfall. She wanted to erase me from my own life. Now she sits behind bars while I live free. Sometimes I still hear her voice from that night in the garage, whispering plans to destroy me. That memory fuels me, not with sadness, but with strength. Because betrayal doesn't just break you, it teaches you who deserves nothing from you, not your love, not your trust, not even your forgiveness. And Sana, she learned the hard way.